ECCO Recycling has recently opened a state-of-the-art materials recycling facility in southeast Calgary, which is designed to process and recycle construction and demolition debris. Materials recycled include wood, metal, cardboard and paper, plastic, asphalt shingles, drywall, concrete. Some of the materials are recycled directly into the commodity stream. Others are processed to make products such as wood chips and process-engineered fuel. Vehicles entering the site must cross a scale. Loads are weighed and declared as to the type of debris carried. Then it's on to the tipping floor for processing. The tipping floor is the beginning of a new life for construction debris, which in the not-too-distant past would have ended up in a landfill. This is a 50,000 square foot area where loads are dropped. Some pre-sorting is done prior to processing to remove steel and other large items. The material is then picked up using a grapple crane and loaded into a Primax grinder. The Primax Grinder is a 400 horsepower low-speed shredder sizing the material into 1 to 2 foot lengths and feeding onto a 5 foot wide conveyor which carries the material to finger screens. The finger screens separate out the fines and move the overs to the air separation process. The fines, which are 2" minus, are collected on a conveyor located below the finger screens and transferred to an outdoor bunker. The overs are transferred to the air classifier on 2 belts, depending on size. The air classifier uses blowing air to separate lighter weight materials from heavier materials. As material passes through the system, air is used to blow the lighter material, mostly plastic and paper, passing it onto one conveyor line and the medium weight material, mostly wood and heavy plastics, to another conveyor. The air-separated heavy material discharges to an outside heavies bunker. The light materials and medium weight materials now travel by conveyor to 2 separate picking lines, one for each. On the lights line, the plastic can be hand-fed into 4 overhead air suction units and directed to a bunker, while the paper can be left on the conveyor to feed into a separate bunker. Whether by hand or machine, there are 2 basic sorting methods. Pawsitive sorting, the targeted materials pulled out of the material mix, or negative sorting. Foreign material and impurities are removed and the targeted material remains on the conveyor. Depending on the product mix desired and the material being processed at the time, the targeted material moves by conveyors to either a low-speed grinder or a high-speed wood grinder, and from there proceeds to the loading screws through a series of conveyors. In addition to conveyors transferring material to the loading screws, there's also a bypass converter to transfer wood chips to a silo that feeds a 540 kilowatt boiler used to heat the facility. There are 4 loading screws for loading trailers with wood chips or process-engineered fuel. The wood chips are taken for further processing to our adjoining ECCO Chips facility. The process-engineered fuel will be hauled off-site to be used as a biocarbon fuel, replacing hydrocarbon-based fuels. Process-engineered fuel is a last resort for waste that cannot be recycled, and which would otherwise end up being landfilled. As new methods for recycling are developed, it is anticipated that process-engineered fuel will represent a smaller and smaller percentage of our end product. The ECCO Recycling Materials Recycling Facility is designed to process more than 200,000 metric tons of waste annually and recycle 85% of it to the material stream, leading the way in helping Calgary to reach its recycling 80-20 by 2020 goal. 80% of the waste stream diverted to recycling by the year 2020.